Alrighty. The next quest in the Omega storyline is in the beginning, there was chaos. Given to us by Jessie. We're in Ralger's Reach. Here we go. Good timing, Mercy. There's been another anomaly detected at the Yawn. Assuming previous instances are anything to go by, this energy fluctuation is another of Omega's so-called invitations. If you don't mind waiting a moment or two, then we can discuss things with Master Garland. He should be here soon. Cutscene. Me and Alpha are having a good time. Alpha and I are having a good time. The chief should be here by now. I bet my stock in the company, he's fiddling with that research data. I turn to her and cock my head. Well, I suppose I should explain, even if the chief might prefer me not to share. After your last run-in with Omega, Master Garland had some research notes smuggled in from the Empire, from Garlemald. The notes are part of Midas Nan Garland's legacy, who was, of course, the chief's father and the Empire's preeminent engineer. The incident at Bozja Citadel? Do you know of it? Let's pretend I've never heard of it. I know it. I know of Bozja Citadel. Don't remember what happened there. So let's say never heard of it. Shake my head no. Bozja was an imperial fortress city. It was there that Midas constructed the lunar transmitter, a device built to communicate with Dalamud. Emperor Solus had ordered Midas to devise a means to destroy primals, and so he sought to harness the power of the Red Moon. The project was a failure. Oh, he succeeded in controlling Dalamud, all right, but the immense energies emitted from the satellite vaporized not only the transmitter, but the entire town in which it was built. And as you can imagine, the job of sifting through the rubble afterwards was no pleasant task. Master Garland was slated to assume his father's position as head engineer, but this disaster, added to his opposition to the Empire's path of conquest, convinced him to abandon his homeland. The chief has wanted nothing to do with the lunar transmitter or the data used to create it, until now. I think he means to put that research to use in your conflict with Omega. In fact, given the time frame, there can be no other explanation. Listen to me, Mercy. The chief's genius is plagued by a great deal of apprehension. But even so, once he makes a decision, he doesn't do things by halves. When the time comes, he'll come through for us. You have to believe that. I give her a nod, with a little smile. Sorry I'm late. Was a little too focused on my work and lost all sense of time. Sid comes running in. That's no excuse, Chief. What if I told you about being punctual to staff meetings? In any case, I've shared the situation at the Yawn with Mercy here. He nods. Good. Then you know that Omega is likely ready to continue with its tests. Shall we go and knock on the door? But, Chief, Biggs and Wedge aren't fit for field work yet, and the chirurgeon's given Nero strict orders to stay in bed. And what of Midgard Sormer? Still taking his nap, is he? I nod. Sid thinks. That leaves only you, Mercy, and Alpha. Maybe it's time I join the expedition. No, Jessie, I need your talents elsewhere. There's a half-built device in the workshop that I need you to finish putting together. I've drawn up the design and completed the core mechanisms. The final assembly should pose no problem for an engineer of your abilities. A new device? Does this mean you use the... She stops herself. Ahem. Whatever you say, Chief. I'll have it ready and waiting for you. Just be safe in there. He nods. Right, it's back to the rift for us. Let's finish these experiments and bring the fight to Omega itself. Alpha cruise, I give a fist and palm. Determined looks all around. Jessie gives a little, arm pumping cheer. If this is gonna... I hate. That's all I do. No, if this brings me into another event, I'm gonna have to change jobs, and then change back to blue and go back to town to get healer mimicry. It's very annoying. Are you ready, Mercy? My options are ready to put an end to this, or maybe I should do this alone. Ready to put an end to this. What would I offer to do it alone? He's badass. Aye, there's no room for hesitation. We press on, come what may. What about you, Alpha? All set to go? Quoo, quoo, quoo! That's the spirit. Let's dive right in, shall we? Screen goes black. We don't hear any... Oh, there's the splashes. White screen. We're floating. No, we're not. We're on another one of those just platforms. Random shape made by the lengthened hexagonal pieces. Big, the big eye that in the last video held us captive in the diamond thing. We're missing some test worlds. Omega's experience must be nearing an end. Yeah, the sky is a lot more empty here. A lot fewer eggs. There's one massive egg in front of us with one massive screen. One of the monitors floats down to us. Welcome, welcome. Your arrival has been highly anticipated. And I will confirm your earlier supposition. My experiments have indeed reached the final stage. Of the 89 test subjects I trialed, 4 PSI group combatants, or Psi. So that's Paul Sam I, which is Psi. 4 Psi group combatants emerged victorious. Of those 4, further conflict determined the strongest among them. This surviving specimen shall be your opponent. We've come to the last round of testing then, and should we win this battle, are we to finally face you in combat? Affirmative. Such an outcome would allow me to pursue my objective to its conclusion. I would continue analyzing the qualities which allow you to prevail despite your frailty and integrate said qualities into my own arsenal. I will be pleased if my experiment yields the relevant data, but encouraging you directly is still the most efficient... But engaging you directly, that makes way more sense, is still the most efficient and reliable testing method. The monitor floats back up and away from us a little bit. Blip, omitting intermediary steps, evaluation of combat potential deemed superfluous, proceeding immediately with final experiment. Yes, so no event. I give Sid a nod, a step forward, he comes with me. Stop. We all stop. Alpha, your task is complete. Your presence amongst these test subjects is no longer required. Alpha just cocks his head at the monitor. What do you mean by that? Says Sid. I will guide your progress personally from this point onwards. Alpha's role in transferring authority is now obsolete. We're fully corporeal and always will be. Even so, Alpha is a valued companion, and if he wishes to continue on with us, I've no intention of leaving him behind. The monitor thinks on this, or, companion, in quotations. Companions are those who provide mutual benefit. The instant Alpha's authority became redundant, he lost his sole qualification to be regarded as such. Blip. Furthermore, the primary function of Alpha's existence was to lure you into my domain. He would be more accurately described as bait. We both look to Alpha, who looks to us, shakes his head, kind of sad, looks at the ground. Test subject Alpha can neither confirm nor deny my statement. He possesses no memories prior to his encounter with you. He was the first entity I created here in this realm, my first and only attempt to recreate a being who shared your mundane parameters. I based his incarnation upon a most ordinary life form, one which had somehow bested an enemy whose strength rivaled my own. You based him upon a chocobo that bested an enemy whose strength rivaled yours? What the heck could you possibly be talking about? By observing the feeble creature in the heat of battle, I sought to understand the source of this contradiction. A single yellow chocobo feather falls into Sid's hand. And then several more come down from the sky, floating as feathers do, softly and slowly and randomly. I repeated the experiment once, twice, 1,000 times, yet the results never deviated from estimated projections. The test was an abject failure, and thus I resolved to adapt my methodology. I would focus instead upon simulating powerful opponents and summon mortals of natural origin here to combat them. For Alpha, I devised a new purpose. I erased his memory, implanted a compulsion to return to me, then ejected him into your world. Weak beings exhibit a tendency to form groups. I surmised that this instinctual behavior would aid Alpha in bringing me the test subjects I required, a function he has performed with adequate competence. I glare. The yellow feathers all disappear into yellow motes of light. Sid is clenching his fist hard. Tell me something, Omega. This ability of yours to generate matter was not originally intended for creating other life forms, was it? Blip, your query bears little relevance to the topic at hand. Affirmative. I was equipped with matter generation capabilities for the purpose of unlimited self-improvement and armament expansion. Fabricating life forms was not the intended function, but the practice is not otherwise prohibited or problematic. I disagree with you there. As an engineer, I would advise against using such technology for purposes outside its design. From the very start, you've been making the same mistake. Even the powerful subjects of your test worlds were made crippled and incomplete. It is conviction which drove these villains to terrible greatness, the same limitless conviction which allowed weakling heroes to overcome them. Do you not understand? Then we will never lose. Then we will never lose to your creations, no matter how much stronger they should be according to your soulless calculations. Come, Mercy, let's be on our way. You too, Alpha. We start walking in the direction of the monitor. Alpha doesn't move. I stop and turn back to him. Alpha looks at me. I look back and smile and beckon to him. He looks happy again, coos, and joins us. Yeah, Alpha, go. The monitor just watches. No response to what Sid said. Sid said. Just a second, please. Yeah. Alright, we talked to Sid to continue. Cutscene again. We see the giant egg with the giant monitor. The only really I can see like a few pillars, or maybe like six pillars in a line. Not like kind of going left to right on the monitor. In the middle of them, some kind of looks like it might be a trophy or a small mask, or I don't know. I have our base camp up and running. You can dive into the final test world whenever you wish. As for the world's inhabitant, Omega has generously provided us with a basic profile. Your opponent's name is Chaos. The first heroes defeated this evil in a conflict that took place so long ago, I'm having trouble separating myth from history. Unless, of course, this is an entity from another reality, as were the denizens of the Sigmascape, in which case it may be pointless to even attempt to confirm the details. What is certain, however, is that this chaos stands triumphant over a roster of truly monstrous test subjects. It promises to be a grueling battle, but one which will open the gate to fighting Omega itself. I fist in palm and nod. Alpha's kind of been looking toward the ground a bit. Alpha, you and I will need to provide support for Mercy. Will you be my assistant? He shakes his tail at him, still kind of like not super smiley, but you're bothered by what Omega said earlier. You think you're responsible for dragging us into this mess. It coos, still looking at the ground. Trust me when I say this is not your fault. We were the ones who awakened Omega, and we're the ones who need to deal with the consequences. Quoo! Shakes his tail feathers, but still not smiling. I put my hands on my hips. Sid crosses his arms. We're like, what do we do about this bird? We both look down to him. Sid kneels in front of him. By the way, do you still have that card you used to boil water in the kettle? It's been brought to my attention that I'm a spoiled blue blood who can't even refill a pot without constant reminders. If you could take charge of that it would be most helpful. Alpha looks straight into his eye and smiles. Quoo! Useful again, yay. It goes running off. He goes running off. 'Tis inconvenient without Midgard Sormer here to translate his chirping. Still, the best medicine for his worries is for you to win this next contest. Let's show him we're on top of things, eh? We both turned one last look at this egg. Alphascape V1.0, now accessible. I'm going to do a little bit of a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry for the insanely long break. Kind of forgot, a little bit forgot I was recording. And I thought before going in there, maybe I should just stop the recording and do a new one for the actual fight. But anyway, here we go. Alphascape V1.0. That rhymed, I didn't mean it to. We see a couple pillars with demons on top, 4 of them actually. The demons are all holding staves. We see a big golden demon, 4 arms. Feels familiar. Big horns on top of his head. Big golden bat wings. And like has 3 eyes in a triangle pattern. Walks toward us. Fight beginning here. Buff up. This guy is Chaos. Okay, that's... Oh! Did we fight this guy when he was, like, big enough? Oh, gosh. To fill up, like, an entire side of the arena? Feels somewhat familiar. Like, his wind-up to the punch feels familiar. Okay. I don't know how to avoid that punch. I think it's probably just a cone, so I didn't go far enough away. What's entropy do? Oh. I'll do damage to nearby party members when the effect ends, but I don't have any, so it's fine. Just a spread out mechanic, you know. As they are. Knockdown is a group up. Followed by another group up. Okay. Nothing scary there. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, please. Damn it, too late? What was that? Or did I dodge it? Alright, some orbs. We'll put on some lines to form kind of checker patterns. I'm gonna try a thing here. We got a cyclone, which is currently manifesting as just a big purple circle in the middle. And now the middle is a cyclone. There's a knockback. I want to be knocked back probably to the corner. And then run. Damn it. Dude. Wow. There's not a lot of time to dodge that. That's crazy. I got my buff. I used a potion for like the first time ever. Okay, so just don't be near him, I guess? I think I used that buff pretty well. I've almost like never used a potion in an actual fight before. I used up a lot of it. That was pretty nice. Everything's pretty easy to dodge. We're at 50% now. Sometimes after 50 things get rough. I don't know what to do about these orbs targeting me, but I'm gonna shield up. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put the dot back on. Oh. Bowels of agony. Uh-oh. I don't want my bowels to be in agony. Oh, jeez. Drops you to 1 HP. Okay. He hops away from the field. I think we have to kill this orb. Yeah, he's gaining dark ether the longer it's out. It's a dark crystal. Maybe I should have given it a dot. He got to 73. Just gobskin up. Will that be enough? Should be. It's not like a, yeah. Whistle tingle triple trident. Followed by a Rose of Destruction and at both ends. And an eruption. And Super Naka will be up for 4 hits in a second here. But can I get behind him? Let's go away and behind. Okay. Wow. Still got hit by it. What do I do to get away from that? That's weird. Maybe I'm the tank, so it's always gonna hit me, and everybody's supposed to run away from the tank. There's no indicator of There's no indicator of that, but my guess. Like 2/3 of the field is no-go zone. Donut AoEs, so like stacking up in the middle is always the best for these. Sorry, is usually the best for these. I'm gonna try to use this for fog. Come on, yeah. Fog time. I barely ever get to use this because I suck at it. I suck at the timing of it. Uh-oh. I got to use the heck out of it though. Hell yeah. I think I got all the shots I possibly could. Alright, orbs. So probably stand in the middle? Who knows? We'll see. Staying in the middle was fine. I am tankier than most though. Weasel. Tingle. Triple try. Earthquake, huh? What's that gonna do? I don't think I want to be knocked into that, so I'm gonna go to the edge here. And then run away from this hourglass figure. Okay. I don't know how to dodge this. Maybe I can't because, again, I'm the tank, you know? Who knows? Fight over. I ran away and behind him for the last one, just still hit me. He stumbles, roars without opening his mouth, gets kind of frozen with all his Goro arms all spread, and then statics out of existence, as is tradition. Again, sorry for the delay. These are Alphascape things, so they're not going to stack with my Sigmascape things, and it's all pretty much just going to be trash, because I'm never going to gain enough of any of them to be able to use them, I think, but we'll see. Cutscene, exiting. The battle is concluded. Alpha Group is victorious. This also signals the completion of my experiments and the incontestable fact of your supremacy. And yet the process by which you consistently exceed your projected potential continues to confound my understanding. Is it possible that test subject Sid's suppositions are correct, that my calculations and simulations are fundamentally flawed? Do mortals truly boast some indefinable quality that I do not possess and cannot measure? Error, logic loop, malfunction, resolution requires additional data. If the nature of your existence defies standard reasoning, then I must examine you from an illogical angle. I will subject the unknown to the imperfect. Test subject Mercy Valkyr will proceed to a supplemental stage. Uh-oh, blinding white light. Blinding white light again. I am somewhere. Kind of looks like Ultima Thule a little bit. Just like a kind of jagged rock landscape. We seem to be surrounded by water. There's a green mist or fog or smoke kind of rising into the air in this like beam of green light, or I don't know. But I have altered this test world to reflect a recorded memory. It originates from a time when war had erupted on a distant star. I was deployed to the battlefield, and it was there that I engaged an enemy of unmatched strength. The contest ended prematurely, and I failed to bring down my foe. Subsequently, I lacked the data to fabricate a completely accurate simulation. Something stirs, and I scowl, scanning the sky. Results stemming from such a subject are unreliable. Even should you be defeated by this incomplete creation, I will still honor your previous victories and engage you in combat myself. That is, of course, assuming you survive. According to my past observations, this opponent will accept only death as a condition of defeat. Midgardsormr? We see a dragon flying in the sky. Its neck, like the back of its neck, looks like it's in flame, but like the bones and the spines of its spine, the tines of its spine are golden, and its wings in between the bones, black obsidian. Beautiful dragon. Beautiful worm, whatever. Prepare to face Midgardsormr, red-maned worm of the Dragon Star, and nemesis of my world. This is not the fated specter that you know, or mortal conjured simulacrum. You will contend with a true incarnation of the Father of Dragons, at the height of his power and glory. Awesome. Omega, wait, says Cid. You can't force Mercy to fight 2 battles back to back. She needs time to regain her strength. She must be allowed to recuperate, or the data for your testing will be skewed. The dragon continues to fly around. Blip acknowledged. Test subject Mercy Valkyr, you are permitted to leave. Re-enter the test world when your strength has returned to optimal levels. And I'm teleported out as Midgardsormr continues to fly around this platform of rock that I'm on, floating in a sea of green. I see seas of green. Sorry. We talked to Alpha to finish this quest. Cid is not visible. Quoo! Quoo, quoo, quoo! Alpha seems distressed, and Cid is nowhere in sight. Mercy, I'm right here. I don't think you can see me, but I'm standing next to Alpha. I'm shocked. 3,000 gil is my reward. Quest over. Sorry for the big gap in the middle there. Luckily, I put up my Be Right Back screen, so it should be easy enough to just fast forward. Myself, Invisible Cid, and Alpha, thank you for watching. How can I do this? Not capital sit. Stupid caps lock. Being so close to the shift button, which is actually probably usually pretty good. We thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. I am making the next video right away after I post this one. Bye-bye for now.